I'm Edie Lush, and I'm really delighted now to be joined by a very special guest. Thanks so much for coming along.
Thank you for inviting me. Thank you.
Now tell me, what thoughts on the concentration of wealth? Interesting statistics by Oxfam released this week. How has that changed your experience of Davos?
Well, Davos is a wonderful area where people can get together and speak out what they want. But I was a little disappointed this year because when Oxfam is announcing this, that 8 people in the whole world own more wealth than the bottom half of the entire population. And I've been in sessions and discussions that didn't come into the discussion.
Oh no.
So that's kind of frustrates me because to me is the highest priority item in the whole world right now because it's a ticking time bomb. If you're not paying attention to it, it will politically, economically, and socially explode sometime.
Well, we've already seen it explode.
We have already seen it. We
The
see
United
the
States.
Brexit, we see
Yeah,
the UK and then the USA, and who are the next countries who will be coming in the same front? Because people are very, very angry because they are not getting anything. All the things they do, beneficiaries are the few people on the top. And we were told last year, right here in Davos, 1% of the population of the entire world have more wealth than the 99% of the people. So that's not the kind of system that we can take for granted. So we have to redesign the system where wealth can be distributed for everybody. It's not the government has to go and grab this wealth and distribute. That doesn't work. It's a fault of the system, and we have to go back, fix the system, design a system which doesn't do that. And we are promoting those kind of ideas and say, at least have a look at it.
So tell me about how social business can actually help change the entire paradigm.
Absolutely, because the present world is based on greed-based business. You have to make money and you accumulate money. And the whole system of the economy has been built on that purpose. So that you have more money you have, more facilities you get, more financing you get, more advantages you get. So wealth became a sort of a magnet. The bigger magnet you have, more things you attract for yourself. So people with a little magnet or no magnet doesn't get anything. So that kind of structure doesn't help people. So what we are saying, maybe whole idea of interpreting human being as a selfish being, driven by self-interest only, is a very wrong thing. And that's what the Davos and everything we do is based on that. I'm saying human beings are also selfless beings. Why don't we build business on the basis of selflessness? Which we do now, that's what we call social business. It's a non-dividend company to solve human problems. And these are problem-solving companies. We are not interested in making money personally. I keep saying that making money is a happiness, but making other people happy is a super happiness. Why don't you try that out? So you see the incentive on the other side is no less than the incentive on this side. So a same person can do both. So this is one. If you have the social business, then the concentration of wealth doesn't take place because I'm not taking any wealth at all. All I'm doing is to recycle the surplus into the system. The second point I was making that the whole economy is based on the idea of working for somebody else. All young people are told, you grow up, prepare yourself so that you can work for somebody else. I thought this is the most humiliating thing we ever heard of a human being. Human being is not born to work for somebody else. We never did in our history, all the million years we had, work for somebody else. It's only a couple of centuries that suddenly this idea came that we have to work for somebody else. When we were in the caves, we're not sending job applications to one cave to another cave. We just went ahead. We are gatherers, we are hunters, we are farmers, we are problem solvers. That thing was forgotten because of the wrong thinking about human being in this economic structure.
So how do you encourage entrepreneurship?
Yes, I'm saying, first of all, in the education system, in the family, we've been telling our children that, look, you have 2 options. You can be a job seeker, you can be a job creator. So take your pick. It's not just to prepare yourself to take a job. And reminding the young people that job may not give you the flexibility of using your own creative power, because job needs a very limited kind of facility, creative power suited for the purpose of the company itself. Rest is useless for them, and you'll soon forget. They'll make you forget about other creativity. So I said, we tell the young people, we're not job seekers, we are job creators. We create financial facilities so that if you come up with a business plan, we invest in your business as a kind of investor. And then we help you to become successful, and you return the money, and we are done. Because we are social business, we are not going to make money out of your business. So you keep your profit. All you have to do is to cover our costs. That's all. So this is now working in Bangladesh. We take all the unemployed young people. So the unemployment, the whole idea of unemployment is a ridiculous idea. It's a kind of absurd idea. It doesn't fit into human being. Any able-bodied person, human being, cannot sit idle. That's what unemployment is all about. Why he sits around? Why she sits around? Because everybody is told that if you don't have a job, you have nothing to do. I said that's a wrong concept. People, first time, they should not be looking for job. They should be creating enterprises. They are all entrepreneurs. So direction of education, direction of a whole economic thinking should be in that way, that we start our life as an entrepreneur and proceed in that way. So if all of us become entrepreneurs, or most of us become entrepreneurs, the question of wealth concentration doesn't take place, because we ourselves become the pickers of the wealth, little wealth, and then all the wealth doesn't flow in the one direction, because today, as we work for somebody, we are actually mercenaries.
Right.
Mercenaries for the people who accumulate all the wealth. So if we do not become mercenaries, the question of facilitating the wealth concentration doesn't arise.
I'm interested in how your idea of everyone being an entrepreneur, everyone being a job creator, could help to solve Bangladesh is at the forefront of climate change. How could that help to look at these issues like climate change?
Two things. We already created social businesses to address the climate change within the Bangladesh context. We created a solar energy company to bring solar energy in the villages. It's a solar home system, because Bangladesh doesn't have much electricity, so we have only kerosene lamp all over the country. So we said you replace fossil fuel-based lamp and get a renewable energy as electricity. And the deal that we make, give me the money that you spend on kerosene every month, and you continue to pay this money for over 3 years. You got your solar energy, clean energy, you have your television, your mobile phone, everything is taken care of, and all the fire hazards are gone. So and that became very popular. Today, Bangladesh is one of the top countries in solar energy, because we have millions of families with the solar energy in that. And we created it as a social business, not to make money for ourselves, but to solve the problem that we see ourselves. So social business can be designed to address those issues, how to make sure, but many of the problems that we face in Bangladesh is not created by us.
Right.
It's created by somebody else, and we are the sufferers. We have no control. Only we are dealing with how to make it a little bit comfortable for us to survive. At the same time, we tell the whole world, why didn't you create social business on your end, so that you don't have to create the problem for us, to go into renewable energy, go into move away from the fossil fuel.
Do you feel like you're getting traction? Because bigger companies will create a social business alongside their larger business.
That's
but
right.
Isn't the goal eventually to make every business a social business?
That may be ultimate, but at the moment what we are saying to begin with, so that you know that it is nothing threatening, you're not threatened by it, continue with your business, but create a social business alongside. And I'm sure the more you do that, more you will be attracted to that. That's the theme that I'm raising. Is making money is a happiness, making other people happy is a super happiness. I believe in that. I believe that once you get involved with it, you see how useless the other kind of business could be. So you want to even taint the other business to become more responsible, so that you clean up the mess here, and you yourself make the mess. So you say, why am I doing that? Why do not create the mess to begin with?
Right.
So you become more responsible businesses, and then make sure that you don't have to come back and clean up the mess to the social business on the other side. And particularly young people in business schools, to learn that there's another kind of business called social business, and I want to create a social business. I want to be CEO of a social business and see that I can solve the problems of the world. I keep 3 zeros in front of all of us, and I encourage the young people to follow that. Zero poverty. So whatever we do, make sure that we are working towards zero poverty. So we do not create poverty through our work. Zero unemployment. Unemployment is an absurd issue, obsolete issue. We shouldn't be even exist in the world. This should be gone forever. We are human beings, we are creative beings. We don't sit idle. Idleness doesn't make any sense in our, so we become entrepreneurs. So that's the second zero, zero unemployment. Zero net carbon emission. we decarbonize the entire economy. And these all three things is possible, and that's what we have to build up the thinking process, so that we start thinking, so that ultimately we don't have an economy where all the wealth concentrates in fewer and fewer hands. Today it is 8 people owning more wealth than 40 people, half of the population. Tomorrow, when we come back in Davos, how many people will be owning more wealth than bottom 50%? Maybe 1, maybe 2. Next year, what? So this is the kind of direction. It's not changing.
Yeah.
It's becoming speedier and speedier. And with technology, with everything, control of our resources is becoming worse. And people cannot just sit idle and watch it happening. So we have to be very conscious and make sure it doesn't happen. Human being created this problem by wrong thinking. And human being can correct this problem by the right thinking.
Thank you so much, Muhammad Yunus, for stopping by the Hub Culture Pavilion here in Davos, and I'm Edie Lush.